Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be trimming in AutoCAD. So let's get right into it. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trimming. So just come down here to your command bar and type in dynmode. So din mode, dyne mode, whatever you want to call it, press enter and then set the value to 3. So just type in 3 and then press enter. That's just going to allow you to type in your commands as you go through, useful for any kind of situation. Once you're done with that, type in trim, and you're going to see the trim tool is going to pop up. We're going to press enter, and we're going to be in quick mode by default. So what this does is it allows us to select cutting edges by default, and we can just kind of go through and we can trim out what you need. You can see when I hover my mouse over things, it's going to allow me to just go and trim what I need. So if I want to trim that, I can trim that. If I want to trim this, I can trim this, and you can see how that works. So that's how it works in a basic mode. However, one really cool thing that you can do is if you hold the shift key, you can temporarily change your trim tool into the extend tool. So if you come here to your line here and I hold shift, then it's going to extend my line and butt it up against where the nearest object is, and it just allows you to extend lines as well. And that's, you just hold shift and you click, and that allows you to extend. And of course I can just trim it out as well. So again, that is when you hold shift and you go to a line, and you can see here it's allowing me to extend that line as well. So that's just a cool thing you can do with the trim command. But when you're going through and you're trimming, you can see that you can literally just go through and it should just highlight what you want up to a certain cutting edge. So you can see in this example, like I have these blocked. So in order to make a block so you can trim it, in a lot of cases you have to explode it. So you can see here this one's exploded. I can just trim that out. I can trim that out as well, and that's kind of how it works. So another thing to note is when you're going through and you are trimming, like let's say I have an intersection of lines here. So I'm just going to go draw this intersection of lines. I'm going to make sure that this is not the title block. I'm going to make it yellow, and then I'm going to go here and change my lines as well. If I want, I can go out and I can actually go and I can trim really any of these lines here, and I can make it do whatever I want. So you can see here again, I'm going to go back to trim. You can see if I want to cut this bottom line only, I can just select that and it's going to go. I can select this one here, it's going to go. Let's say I want to get rid of this one, but I want to keep the diagonal. I can just trim that out. And what it's doing is it's trimming from, again, those cutting edges. So you can see it's going to trim to the extents of the lines on either end of that line there. So if I just type in trim, you see if I go here, it's just going to cut everything beyond this box here, and that's how that works. Get your trim command going, do multiple intersecting lines to cut multiple objects at once. So what you do is you just click and you drag your mouse and you can just cut those out. So you can see I just cut those two out. I can cut those, and you can see wherever I'm cutting, it's going to cut all of those as well. So if I come down here to this drawing here, if I go and I take my mouse and I just drag it across here, you can see it's highlighting those areas and making them dark where I'm going to be cutting. So if I cut here, it's going to get rid of everything in that section there as well. I'm just going to undo that. And that's how you use the trim command. Guys, hopefully this was helpful. Take care, and we will see you in the next video.